Hey guys, what's up? So we're on the eastern coastline of South Africa at the moment, and I thought I would try and share the guys that have tuned in on YouTube. Try and share some of the magnificent views we've got this side. So behind me is the nice, beautiful river. This is where a couple of weeks ago I photographed the fish eagles coming into the area. There's a pair of them staying here, so it's really a beautiful place. Its name is Kids Beach. It's just about 45 minutes or 30 minutes from the East London airport. And those of you that are familiar with the Eastern Cape, you know that our coastline is very rich in some really magnificent animals. We've got the stunning blue darker, gracebuck, oribi, some of the things you won't really hear too much about elsewhere in South Africa. So guys, thanks so much for joining me for another episode of the podcast. I've really been enjoying these Sunday discussions, although I have been having a couple of requests to get a couple of guests on and stuff. It is in process, like I say. We have experienced probably one of the longest lockdowns that anyone's ever had. It's a little bit frustrating to say the least. But yeah, it's definitely in the pipeline. I'm really excited with a couple of the guys that I've lined up. So going forward, my Sunday discussions will hopefully be just myself. And then I will be doing some extra podcasts during the weeks with guests and other interviews. So guys, big shout out to everyone that supported me this far. I've got some big news to share with you guys. I'll share it after I list a couple of the sponsors that have been behind me. So pumped to share it with you guys, and finally a little bit of what I'm about to share is taking shape. So guys, without further ado, I'm gonna get going. First up, got to give a big shout out to Trees and Camo. They've backed me for the last 2 years now. It's been an incredible journey. I'm so pumped to wear their gear out in the bush. Now after all this, get to list them on my very own e-commerce website. So I can't stress enough how great they've been performing out in the bush, and I'm just so pumped to have them on board, and just happy with where things have been going from now. So a big shout out to Trees and Camo. Next up, wearing it on my chest today, Tattoo Cam. I've thoroughly enjoyed the camera. It's just one of those things that work, and you don't often get to say that in the hunting industry. It's just got its place in the market. It's got its place in your gear bag. It's easy, it's convenient, it's one of the best action cameras, comes with all the bells and whistles like any other one does, and it's incredible. It really is. And unfortunately our season's over, but it's actually quite a nice thing in hindsight that I get to explore a little bit more about it, and just try it out on different sort of scenarios. So big shout out to Teticam. Then next up, Maxxis Tires. Big shout out to Maxxis Tires. I'm going to be using the Maxxis razors for another season now. This will be my third season in a row, and touch wood. No punches, no damage, unbelievable tire, really nice and quiet on the open road, amazing in the mountains, and like I tested out last week, pretty cool in the mud as well. We had a lot of fun, but big shout out to Maxxis Tires. And then another one, I'm a huge supporter of them. They probably the taxidermy business in South Africa, and that's Splitting Image Taxidermy. They are incredible at what they do, the artistry work, and one of the big things for me, especially as a PH, is you want that communication level between your taxidermy and your client to be of professional standard, and to tick all the boxes, because at the end of the day, I've said this numerous amounts of times, your job as a professional hunter is not over until that animal's on your client's wall, or represents it somehow in the house. And Splitting Image do an outstanding job. I'm so stoked that I've been a part of their journey now, and they've really backed me, and yeah, just a big shout out to Splitting Image Taxidermy. They're fantastic taxidermy in South Africa, and I highly recommend them. If you guys are coming over to South Africa, I highly recommend Splitting Image Taxidermy. Hit them up on the website. I'll tag them in the links below. They're an incredible taxidermy. So yeah, big shout out to Splitting Image. Then, just everyone that's backed me back home, my whole family, my mom, my wife, my beautiful daughter, the rest of the fam. Just thank you so much. We finally got here. And just a big shout out to everyone at PH Toolbox. It's my own e-commerce store. So proud to have launched it. Just everyone in the back office is just thank you so much. I really appreciate all the effort, and we finally got here. And then, guys, some of the big news I wanted to share with you guys, and it's been eating me up a little bit inside because it's, I understand the process behind it, but yeah, is WildNet TV. So I was very fortunate for the guys to contact me. They would like to display some of my episodes of my YouTube channel on this platform. It's basically there just for hunters and fishermen just to do their thing, film their hunts, and freely, and not worry about being discriminated or ugly comments or anything like that. It really is a great platform. You guys can head along, hit them up in the Facebook, on their Facebook page, Instagram page. They haven't launched yet, still in process, still loading a lot of guys up onto the website. But I'm super proud to be a part of this, and I really think as far as the hunting industry is going forward in South Africa, this is definitely going to be the way to go, and they've definitely jumped on a part of the market that us as hunters and fishermen alike desperately needed. So big shout out to WildNet TV, and I just can't wait for them to launch now. Some incredible shows on there, and yeah, just head along to their Facebook page, guys. I'll also tag it in the description. Just explore it a little bit. It's really some special stuff. So enjoy the views. Thanks for tuning in, and let's get into it. Hey guys, so controversial topic today, and it's about ethics and biltong hunting, and does it have a place? So one of the platforms I was based on was asked this question, and before I was actually asked this question, and before I thought I'd answer it on the platform, I will bring it up on my Sunday discussion. It's a controversial topic because a lot of South Africans in the marketplace are actually biltong hunters. They say they're hunters, they're not really, but we'll get into that as we go along. I just want to mention that, guys, if there is anything you would like to know or like to find out or have me discuss on my podcast, hit me up on any one of my social media platforms. I've had some incredible requests. Here's one about lion parks. Is it sustainable? What does this mean for the lions going forward? Do they look like they're going to be opening up lion hunting in the near future? And then the other one was, good day, we're coming out next year, June. Please do reviews on rifles and ammunition. We will be looking to bring our own rifles out in June, or another great topic to discuss. I would love to put a couple of rifles up here and do a couple of reviews. Likewise with the ammunition. I think it's an important topic. But with that being said, you guys need to confirm with your airlines. I see there are a couple of airlines that have authorized rifle transportation. In South Africa, it looks like we haven't, well, typically down to the Eastern Cape, we haven't really resolved the issue of airlines bringing rifles in. So that's another topic for another day. But yeah, talking about airlines, so Zimbabwe, they're opening up their tourism. Last week we had Namibia, and as well, some good news coming out of South Africa. Our transport minister has been around to a couple of our airports, and I don't know, he's weighing up the options whether it's okay or safe or not. That's his words, safe or not for the airline to start bringing international guests in. Look, I think this is extremely frustrating. We are officially probably the longest lockdown countries ever, and yeah, there's talks about them moving the national disaster till the 15th of October. What this means, I actually have no clue, and I don't want to get into it. But it's so frustrating. It really is. I mean, this whole lockdown thing doesn't serve its purpose anymore. So you just gotta wonder. You really have to wonder. Okay, guys. Well, like I said, I'm on the east coast of South Africa. In a nice, beautiful little village called Kids Beach. Come to visit some family. And yeah, I'm pretty pumped to be doing a podcast here. It's quite cool. The scenery is stunning. I've got a monkey that's missed my podcasting table with a shit about 2 feet. So he's hanging around here somewhere. More inquisitive than most. But yeah, so it's awesome. I mean, those of you guys, like I said earlier, that's been around the Eastern Cape area, we've got some beautiful wildlife down there. Just from the bird species, saw an Iceland leery the other day. Yeah, so there's some very, very special wildlife down this side. And my personal opinion, if you go about 200 kilometers, a little bit more east, you'll get along to the wild coast, and in my opinion, one of the most beautiful parts of South Africa. Untouched landscape, really rural, but yeah, some special people down there, and holds a very special place in my heart. So yeah, next time you guys come down to South Africa, come check the East Coast side out, come down to the Eastern Cape. We're nice people down here. A lot of people say it's the arse end of the world, but excuse me, where some of the good people stay. So yeah, proud to be here, and it's awesome. Okay, guys. So into our discussion, there were 3 parts that it broke down into. Sorry, I'm just going to read it off my phone. Yeah, the first one: does biltong hunting have the place in the market? I'm guessing this is the South African market. And is biltong hunting ethical, and is it needed? I guess that's the same question as the last one. And with restrictions opening up from next year and the overseas guests coming back, what does this mean for biltong hunters? Do us as South Africans have a place in the market, and will we get to hunt at some of the incredible lodges we hunted this year, next year? That's a tough one to answer, but yeah, I'll try my best. So, guys, just to answer a couple. The first question: does biltong hunting have a place in the market? Yes, it does. Like I said in my last week's episode, or 2 weeks ago episode, as far as the land issue is concerned, us as South Africans, we've created this almost false ecosystem, and you can't put it on any group, you can't put it on any race, you can't put it on any of that, but it's definitely part of the dog's about to walk past the camera now. Anyway, so we've created this, and we need to understand that it's our job, it's our duty to preserve it. So Does Biltong hunters have a place in the market? 100% they do. They help with herd management. They help with culling. There's something special about South Africans coming out and sharing our magnificent wildlife and our awesome accommodation, awesome sceneries, beautiful views with friends and family. And I always refer back to this when I start. When I wake up and I'm on a hunt, I'm hunting a client or I'm hunting with friends and family, and I'm getting ready to go out. I always refer back to that first moment. I was 13 years old, waking up really, really early. Getting at that stage, I had only jeans and a khaki top. Putting bullets in the magazine, putting the gun in a gun bag in the back of the pickup. Getting ready, cold mornings. It was my birthday, the 30th of June. Heading out, climbing over fences, stalking a herd of blessback that we saw. Picking out the oldest one, waiting for it to be an ethical shot before they ran away. Put on another 2.5 hour stalk. Well, not even 2.5 hours, probably about an hour and a half at that time. A full 2.5 hours, but getting up close again, within range. Picking out the old ram again. My dad putting me on the tree stump, lining up and squeezing the trigger. I run through that whole sequence every single time before I lace up my boots to take out a client, to hunt with friends, to hunt for myself. And it's a moment in my life that I'll never ever forget. And I managed to share this with very special people. And as a South African, as a fellow hunter, somebody that's in the industry, I never ever want anyone to not have that experience if they are into hunting. So, yeah, for me, biltong hunting as far as sentiment, I love it when I see these posts on social media, family hunts, and the little boy got his first animal, the little girl got her first animal. They're blooding them, they're making them eat livers and stuff. It's a really cool atmosphere, and it shows a lot of respect towards our wildlife, that we've taken this upon ourselves to manage these herds, to look after these herds. Now, to get into the next topic of the question, whether it's ethical or not, is I might get shut down for this one, and I always wanted to discuss it, but I always knew that there's going to be so many different views over here, and what can be seen as negative views from my side. I get concerned with this biltong hunting story is we tend to lose our focus on what actually hunting means. If you are a seasoned hunter, what I mean by this is that you get a couple of guys. Look, I'm in a very fortunate situation. I get to hunt most weekends, and I don't have to fill my freezer in one shot. I get to take off a couple of animals every now and then, and yeah, that's I only take off enough for myself and my family. The thing that comes in here is that you get guys that aren't as fortunate as that. They get 1 or 2 weekends within the season. They want to fill their freezers. They want to fill their friends' freezers as quickly as possible because they're not quite sure when they're going to get the next opportunity. So here's the thing. For myself, that gets to do it as often as what I do, hunting with a pickup is unethical for me. And I see myself as a hunter. And the reason why I say this is that if you're driving around in the back of the bakkie with a rifle hanging out and you aim to shoot that animal off the pickup, I get scared that you lose the whole gist of the hunt. Giving the animal a fair chase, experiencing your stalking skills, your scent. Are you negotiating that your scent always comes downwind and all that sort of stuff? Are you planning these sort of things? Because yeah, that's what being a hunter is all about. But if you are somebody that wants to hunt your own meat and fill your freezers, and you only get to do this twice a year, and you want to go out there and you're not all about, look, I need to choose my words very carefully. You're all about hunting, but you're not quite sure on how to negotiate the situation. You're more there for the good times, and yeah, sure, you want to pull a trigger or two, but let's face facts. The main reason why you're there is to fill your freezer, have a couple of drinks around the fire, and have a good time with your friends. So, in that sense, hunting off the back of a pickup is actually, to me, it's not viewed as a bad thing. And the reason, I'll tell you the reason why. And I find it very often in the industry that we get out there that these guys have no experience in hunting, have no experience in distance, and more often than not, they want to do things the right way, and they'll end up wounding or hurting an animal, and it puts them off for a very, very long time. Whereas if you actually get it over and done with as quickly as possible, know that your freezer is going to be full at the end of the day, and you've done your part as far as herd management and culling is concerned, well, then I find there's no issue whatsoever. So that's my take on the whole hunting side of things. Where I get extremely concerned, and I'm speaking from a professional hunter's point of view now, is these youngsters of today, that's all they know. And they want to become part of the hunting industry, and they want to become PHs, but all they've known throughout their whole life growing up and experienced these hunts with their family is hunting off a pickup and doing the Biltong thing. And they tend to lose that value and that moral for your clients, because at the end of the day, your clients want to come out, and I speak for the clients that I've hunted and the majority that I've hunted. Yeah, sure, they want to pull the trigger and they want to hunt, but there's also a part of them that actually want to have an incredible experience. And I feel you can't do that on the back of a bakkie. There are certain animals, there are certain species that require this at night or wherever the case may be. But that's just my take on it. And I just think that there is a place in the market for it to answer the question. I would encourage and I would hope that if you get more opportunity during the hunting season, to do a lot more walk and stalking, to put your skills to the test, to hunt the animal as although it should be hunted. I have no problem you walking the whole day, you've put in the miles, you've hunted a particular bull, you've seen this particular bull, and you on your way back to the lodge and you spot it, getting out of the pickup, loading your rifle, giving the animal a fair chance to get away. I have no issue with that at all. I feel that is some part of hunting that we've recreated. But I know, and I'm speaking directly for the South Africans now, because I know in a lot of countries it's illegal to do that sort of thing. It's illegal to hunt off the back of the pickup. But yeah, like I said, South Africa's got a unique sort of scenario, as like I said, we've sort of recreated the circle of life, this little ecosystem that we've got to look after now, and doing what us as South Africans are doing is just part of us, and it's working. Let's face facts. Whatever us as South Africans are doing, the way we're managing our game and stuff, it really is working. With the scenario that we've put ourselves in, it really is. And I get concerned when certain sanctions get put on South Africa as far as trophy hunting, exports of trophies, and all get brought up and get decided by other countries, that we're not going to be able to manage this as well as what we've done. So yeah, that answers the first question. The last one, whether the South Africans will be given the same treatment from this year to next year. For me, this is a very difficult one. I'm going to give you my personal opinion. And again, I worry too much. Might be one of my flaws. I worry too much about how people are going to perceive this answer and how people are going to judge me on it. I actually need to get that out of my head. A lot of folks are saying that, don't worry about what they think. But, ultimately I do. I worry too much about how I project myself out into the marketplace because, it's such a sensitive and delicate place because everyone's got their own opinions. Everyone thinks that their opinions are right. Like me. And sometimes you get shut down for it. But so here's my thing about the international and the local guys. I get concerned when outfitters and certain tourist destinations, certain B&Bs accommodate the South African market when things go tough for the overseas guests. I get very concerned because I just feel that it's a little bit unfair on the South African market. Now, I'm all for the South Africans. I think, like I said earlier, I think we've really got a place in the market and the industry for that. And I do feel that a lot of the guys have chased the dollar. There's nothing wrong with that because it creates a lot more jobs and blah, blah, blah. But I don't think in the hunting industry we should be writing off the South African market as quickly as what we do. And it's only good enough now during a pandemic, but when things open up again, the South African hunter gets sort of pushed aside and back to where we were. I enjoy both. I really do, and I really do. I really think it's important for us to keep our healthy relationship with South African hunters and the South African market, and really keep that going, because during crisis periods and during difficult times, the South African market's always there. So it's quite a difficult question to answer because I want South African guys to be treated as well as what an international guest is, but I know blatantly, honestly, I know the dollar's a lot more valuable than what the rand is at the moment. So yeah, it's a sensitive one. But look, in saying that, I think us as South Africans, we've also really adapted quite well, and we kind of enjoy the rustic stuff, so lighting your donkey and making sure that there's hot water, not too worried about electricity, not too worried about Wi-Fi and all that sort of stuff, like you would on a 5-star lodge. There are a couple of guys out there that do worry about that sort of stuff, but I think as South Africans, I think we want to enjoy that experience, I just find that as well, it's just different. It really is. It's different. I mean, I see a lot of South Africans come out and will go to certain places and really just enjoy being there, being with conversation, and not too worried about accommodation and comfort and all that sort of stuff. So, yeah, I mean, of course, I think South Africa's still got its place in the market, and I just hope we look after that. Prices are climbing now on certain animals, and there's certain guys out there that are still looking after the South African guys. They're not too worried about price hikes and stuff. Look, it just is what it is, and it's such a tough question to answer, but if you guys think that there's any other way we can handle this, then yeah, I would love to hear it. But yeah, so guys, from me and part of my Sunday discussion, I think Biltong Hunters, just to wrap it all up, I really think Biltong Hunters have their place in the market. I think they play a vital role in the sustainability of our wildlife. And yeah, I wouldn't want to see what I would like to see more of is youngsters coming into the industry, understanding that, they've got to put their skills to the test. They've got to go out there. They've got to do all the hard graft. They've got to do, in South Africa, we say we do all the cuck business. You got to understand. I mean, I've just spent now a couple of days all by myself out in the bush, just trying to understand a little bit more about certain animal behaviors, especially coming out of a drought now. You want to know what's changed, what feeding patterns have changed in animals, what breeding habits. Now they're going to start dropping offspring. You want to know all those certain animal behaviors, and you just want to learn as much as possible when you're out there. And I just feel that, we're living in a time and space now in society where everything's boom, 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 rushed, and we want to do things as easy, quickly, and as convenient as possible. And instead of just going back to basics, understanding ethics and morals, it's important. All that stuff's important, and we can't forget about it. And I just worry that some of us like to take the easier route and not do the hard graft and still reap the rewards. It works, but for short periods of time. So get out there, do the hard graft, understand that there's two sides to this whole thing. If you want to increase your hunting skills, you've got to put the time and the effort, the understanding. You've got to understand a lot of things out there and why certain animals do what they do. But yeah, that's just my opinion on the whole thing. And like I say, the ecosystem needs you. You're obligated. If you are a hunter, you're obligated to look after this ecosystem that we've created. And again, it's not to point fingers at any group or any race or any political activities. We've all done this. We've all had our part to play, and now it's up to us to look after it. And I think, personally, I really think we're doing a magnificent job in doing it. The animals' conditions, some of the genetics that we see now have never been better, and it's exciting times. We just need the borders to open up to share this with the rest of the world, and I'm sure that will all happen up. Yeah, guys, so cool. Thank you so much for joining me on this shortened Sunday discussion. I chose this topic because I don't have much time on my hands, but I really enjoyed it. I thought it was quite for those of you that don't know what biltong hunting is, it's quite a nice little breakdown of what's actually been going on out there. And for everyone out there that's still hunting, to the Americans, the season's just opened up. Seen some really cool pictures coming through. I would love to get out there and hunt the northern hemisphere, especially North America. I mean, I find your guys' wildlife spectacular, and the way you do things with tents and stuff is really something special. So on the bucket list, and I'm hoping for some really cool things coming soon. So guys, that's it from me. If you've got any questions, like I said, I would love you guys to hit me up in the comments, drop me some DMs. I've had some incredible support over the last couple of weeks, and if I don't reply, I do apologize. I am getting there, but it's been incredible. It's been such an amazing journey, and even in these tough times. So from myself and PH Journals, I just want to say thank you once again for all the support, and stay safe for those of you. To the American guys, happy hunting, enjoy it. It's keep posting those pictures. It's some awesome animals coming out of there, and it's really great to share that on social media now with you guys, and experience as much as possible as we can. So good luck, have a ball for the season, and for myself and the PH Journals team, happy hunting, stay safe, and we'll catch up with you guys soon. Cheers.